Good morning, everybody. We're in beautiful Hammersmith. It's actually quite nice. I knock it. It's actually a nice place. It's not working in the city because I really don't like that. We're parked right next to the council offices. We're not actually working in there, I wish. Although Hammersmith Council, if you are watching, if you want to use our services, email address is here. Please get in touch. Damage on the van. Right. Little tykes that they are. I knew this day was coming at some point. It's just one of those things that it's just inevitable that eventually your van will get, if you work in London, in fact anywhere, I don't think it's London, I think it's anywhere, but you're always going to get broken into at some point. And mine happened the other day. It wasn't actually, it was your van, wasn't it? It wasn't actually even mine. Yep. But it's and I didn't know this. Do you remember there was a thing called, I think it was November or something? I think this guy called PB Plumber was starting it. And I remember looking at it, I was like, well, whatever, I just sort of carried on, didn't think anything of it. It was basically for van break-ins. But the Renault Trafics are weak as fuck on security. You literally, this is the steel plate we put on. That gives you an idea of how weak the security is on these vans, because these companies that manufacture these aftermarket plates that bolt on, because what thieves and fucking criminal scumbags do is they basically get a grinder or something, they just cut a tiny slit here and they get a screwdriver and just pop the lock. That's it. And Tom parked his van at home and they were literally, I think it was probably what, 30, wasn't even 30 seconds I don't think, it was bang, in and out. It was like 4 blokes in a car apparently, because some guy rung me saying your van's just been broken into. And apparently it was like 4 of them just pulled up in a car and they just hop out, so I nearly took that cyclist out. They just hop out, some guy, they just do it with a little drill hole. They can drill a tiny little hole, screwdriver in, pop the lock, and that's it. Luckily, I say luckily, the deadbolt wasn't locked, because if it was, I think it would have caused so much damage to the back door. I think it would have been an insurance job. But yeah, so these have actually got to go into, there's a lock company that's going to put, this lock's actually coming off. I put this lock on the other day. There's a bit of a story behind all of this, but I put this lock on the other day and I just finished it and I was like, oh, it looks neat enough. And I thought, I'll just Google them to see what the reviews are like. They're fucking crap. If you've got these locks, take them off, because literally these are so easy to break into. They just get, these are brittle and they look beefy. You look at them and think, oh, it's a nice beefy lock. Is it? Fuck. They get a screwdriver, flat-headed screwdriver, you just put it in there, one big bash, and the lock just shatters. I'll leave some pictures here of them. They're crap. So if you've got those, take them off, because they're not worth a damn. So I've got to take that off and I've got to put another lock up high, and then they're both going in to have another lock put up here, because that's the other thing. This peeling thing, where they, I don't even know how they do it. They get a bar or something and they peel the whole side of the door down like this. It's fucking, it's mad what they'll do. So these vans have got to go in. They've got deadlocks on all the doors at the moment, but I've got to have an extra 3 put on all the doors, and they're having ones on the cab doors as well. So that's basically another 10 deadlocks. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, I priced it up, I think it was like 1,500 quid to have it all done. But what can you do? You've got to do it, otherwise fuckers just break in. You can't, you know what I mean? You've got to do it. So, but they did, unfortunately, they did nick all the Milwaukee gear, because it was Tom's van they broke into. It wasn't his fault, it was just bad timing. And I don't think it was a planned attack either. I think it was just, they just drive around and they just look for easy pickings, but they nicked all the 18-volt gear. But all the 12-volt gear was in my bag. But I said I was going to give this stuff away, and I am, because we've just gone and upgraded. We've got all new tools now. So this stuff here is what we're giving away, which is what we still got left. All right. So it's all the 12-volt gear. I'll leave a picture of it in the description now. You can have a look. And the Milwaukee tool bag. Bloody hell, that's heavy. I actually just bought this. It's a good little tool bag, but actually the reason I'm getting rid of this one is because Velocity, which I'll talk about in a second, sent me this one. So that bag goes with the giveaway as well. So if you want to be in this giveaway, all you got to do, I'm going to leave a photo of this on my Instagram account here. I'm going to leave a photo of that. Head over to Instagram, like it, leave a comment below to enter the competition on Instagram. And then the following week, I'll announce the winner and I'll just get it all posted out to you by TNT or someone. Which brings me on to my next thing, because you don't know about all this shit. I'm rambling on a bit, but go with me, because this is all stuff you don't hear about. These are Faraday pouches, right? You've got your key, mate. Because this is how they're so advanced. There's so much tech, you know. I saw a video on YouTube the other day, and there was this guy basically just stealing a BMW. It was like an M3 or something, nice motor, and they just basically hold this thing up to the front door. Because the first thing you do, same as what I do, you get home, you open the door, first thing you do is you just drop your keys in the hallway. But if you've got keyless entry like this van has, you've got to put your key in one of these little Faraday pouches. So you just put your key in there, and you could buy them on Amazon for like a tenner. You know, this was like a pack of 2 for a tenner. But do that because it stops them picking up your remote and then driving off in your van. So very worthwhile thing to have. All right, that's that done. So yeah, this van is going to be like a fortress by the time I finish with it. But you got to, because otherwise the fuckers just break in again. Oh, is that your key? Oh, it is. Wrong key. That's your key. It begs the question, where's my key?
You just lock her in the back door, did you?
Oh, fuck. Right.
We can put this thing to the test now.
Fuck. I've just locked my key in the back of the... Oh, fuck.
Okay, so for this small part of the video, the microphone's battery died on us. All I'm doing here is breaking that shit lock that I was talking about earlier, and as you can see, it's really shit. Within 30 seconds I was in my van, so I definitely do not recommend it. Okay, back to the regular programming.
There is a socket above the sink there. Not sure that's compliant. I actually don't mind doing it. Some people really hate them. Some people really detest doing ICRs. I don't mind them, but it's when you give the client a list of reasons why it hasn't passed, and then they get arsy with you and they're like, you're just profiteering. And it's like, I'm not. It's just, this is the way it is. It's either passed or, well, satisfactory or unsatisfactory to the anal brigade, but I don't mind them. They're all right. I normally test the rings first, which is what Dave's doing now. Fuse board's got stunningly good access, as you can see. Fucking drug addict, heroin bastards who broke into my van nicked my Mega, the better test meter. So I've now got this Metro one, which is on its absolute last legs. So I am in desperate need of a test meter. So put your recommendations below, because some of you did put your recommendations, but anyone's got any better ideas or better suggestions, leave them below, because I need to get a second one pronto, because this one is just on its last legs. Can you see the total breach of health and safety going on here? Fair play, I can always trust Dave to break health and safety.
I didn't get no leather.
Straight out with the reason why. Yeah, you got to sign a disclaimer next week, mate. All training has been given.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. People were banging on about taking photo, like you see me doing here, where I take a photograph of the test readings, because I attach that to the certificate when I send it to the client. So they've got, you know, for me, it's a way of confirming that I have carried out the tests that, you know, the minimum amount of tests that are required. But there are people saying it's a fucking waste of time. I just take the test readings, put them down, sign it. I mean, all right. I mean, you don't have to submit photographs, but the way I look at it is, you know, all it takes is literally, you know, that's it. Those are the test results there that you've taken, and that's it. You just literally just one photograph, done. But you've protected yourself then, because you can guarantee a pound to a penny, if this place fucking burns to the ground for whatever reason, you know, I'll be thanking the lucky stars that I took photos, you know, because it's just protect yourself, as you know. But everyone's different. EICR tick. Failed, or unsatisfactory, as you want to call it, whatever you will. So I've got to price them to repair. It doesn't need much, I don't know, a couple of days work. It's not horrendous like. This is the shit that happens that people don't see. Our cameraman on the motorbike, Tom's gone off to go and do another job. I'm heading up the M1 to go and do another job, and he's following the wrong van. They both look the same. So he's now following Tom on the North Circular, and I'm now he's got to come off on the next exit and come and find me. I'm looking in my mirror, waiting for a motorbike to come spanking it up the outside lane. I think this is him now, caning it in the third lane. Yeah, it is. Love it, mate, love it. So, I don't really know what this is. There's this thing called Aurora A1, which I'll leave a link in the description to. And basically, it's like, from what I gather, this is the training day that I've got to do now, because you've got to do some sort of training course, kind of like with KNX and Rayco and stuff. You've got to go on their courses. Well, this is a similar thing. So I'm actually just here now. I've not really ever been to this place before, but basically, you've got to do this course. But from what I understand, this stuff is more or less, it replaces KNX. I mean, we'll see at the end of the day and I'll keep you updated, but it's basically a super simplified version of things like KNX and Rayco. It basically does the same job from what I understand, but let me go and do this training course. I'll see if we might not be able to get any footage, because I haven't actually asked. If we can, you can come on in, but if not, I'll see you later on. Okay, so we managed to get some filming in here. So this is their sort of showroom here, where they're showing their new. It's been a long day. I've done like 3 hours of training here, so I'm a bit dry in the mouth. But this is where they do all the Aurora A1 stuff. I'm not going to go into too much depth, because we were at City Electrical Factors Live a couple of weeks ago in Coventry. Really, really cool. But we did get some footage of the Aurora stand there, which I'll overlay now so you can see what it is that you can see why I'm here basically. Basically, it's home automation, and it is seriously cool stuff. I've got a client who's got this coming up in their house. I think you'll probably see the video in about a month's time, somewhere around there. But basically, everything is controlled via you can either have it via wireless wall switches like these, and the great thing is they're kinetic, so there's no batteries. It's just the kinetic that movement creates kinetic energy, which sends out a wireless signal. So it's not like with other wireless systems where you've got batteries and stuff. This, I think, is such a clever system. It's just completely wire-free, battery-free. They've really thought about it, like these double sockets. So when the customer has the app on their phone, you can lock on the phone, you can lock a socket off. So you can have the right one off or the left one off, or both of them. So like if you've got a kid's bedroom or something, and you want to turn the sockets off, let's say at 10 o'clock, you can turn it off, but you can lock it off on your phone. So that's it, you know, the PlayStation at 10 o'clock goes off. But it's such a simple idea, because it's always, you know, it's little things like that which have always been problems in households with families, but not anymore, you know. It's just, they've taken an idea and just taken it a step further. It's really clever. And the app, this is it. It's like you can turn one socket on, turn them both on, off. The other good thing is that it's a mesh, and this is really clever. The more, if you've got like a really big house, and let's say you've got one of these, because these are all just GLS lamps. Let's say you've got one in the basement and then one on the top floor. If you've got a weak signal, if you put one on the first floor, you just build a mesh network. So the more of these that you have in your home, the stronger it makes the network. It's such a simple idea, but you can do everything: heating, lighting, you name it. But this is coming up in about a month. Really, really cool stuff. So yeah, you've got an idea, you've got a gist of what this Aurora A1 system's about. I haven't actually fitted this yet. I've just done the training here today, and that will qualify me to now start fitting this. So again, I've got a video come up in probably about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks time, depends how fast I can cut it together, of me actually fitting this. So we'll see how it goes. But this is the idea. I mean, this is one of their wireless wall switches, but they are aesthetically very, I think they look really slick, and it's just magnetic. It's a lovely design which has been well thought out. So they've put a lot of thought into it. I mean, again, proof's in the pudding. I haven't fitted this yet, so we'll see what happens when the time comes. But on the face of it, it looks like a very clever idea, and it does seem to replace basically what like KNX and Rayco. Maybe it doesn't replace it fully, but it does seem to do like 90% of what those systems do. So we'll see, proof's in the pudding. But anyway, we're just about done here because I want to get home. Thank you very much for watching, I appreciate it. Hit subscribe, like, Patreon, all the links will be in the description below, and we'll see you in a week's time. Take care.